Drop it.
And what's going on, guys? Gabe here with the Review Dork. First time visiting this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, check out the sister YouTube channel, 1348. I'll include the links down in the description. Now, what I want to do is go over a custom chart that I want to give to you guys. That link also down in the description. And what I'm going to showcase is how you trade the 1 minute, the coveted time frame for scalpers, day traders, and probably the most anxiety-inducing time frame, right? Now, a lot of traders like to play the 5 minute. However, when you have examples where the 5 minute seems to be coasting or trading flat, opportunities can be found on the 1 minute. So let me go ahead and introduce you to the chart here. Now, we have what we call the traffic lights, okay? And the traffic lights here are essentially momentum indicators and telling you when there's a shift in momentum. Now, our community at Trade 1348, link down in the description. Also, if you would like to learn how you can get these charts for free, check it out at Trade 1348. We're giving a 14-day free trial, and in that 14-day free trial, you are gaining access to our platform here, and our platform is going to give you everything you need to make actionable decisions on the 3 minute. Also, for those who have 9 to 5s, day traders, you have what's called the broken traffic light, and it alerts you at market close when there's a shift in momentum and price. However, our community is absolutely printing. Also, I get to highlight here Invictus, and Invictus is a proprietary algorithm that allows you to sort of kind of guesstimate the move before the move actually happens. Now, let's go back to the chart here. We are on the 1 minute, and this is the SPY. Now, why are we looking at the 1 minute? Because in this example, we see that the 5 minute is relatively flat. Now, for those who are like, wait, the 5 minute, that's my jam, that's where I like to hang out. Well, as you can see here, the traffic light was alerted pre-market. You could essentially buy your shares. But in our community, we like to play with options. You can create a lot of wealth using the leverage provided by options. Now, we use the chart and we set up the chart with support, resistance, EMA crossovers. Everything is baked into the chart to remove the anxiety of the trade. It doesn't matter if you're on the 1 minute, the 3 minute, the 5 minute, the 4 hour, or the daily. You are going to be able to make actionable decisions. We currently have an autonomous bot trading with the 1348 rules with a 77% win rate, okay? So let's get back to the chart here. And as you can see, yes, the 5 minute, we're approaching the 200 EMA. We're expecting a rejection from the 200 EMA here, as the 200 EMA is the most powerful EMA on the chart, right? So we will say that you might get a break, but then you would expect a rejection by virtue of the RSI. Now, RSI has broken above its moving average, but it is entering a zone of being overbought. Now, here on this side here, we have what's called the 1348 Genie. Now, the 1348 Genie is going to remind you of the rules, okay? Now, the EMA trend, the 1348 cross, is currently in a call, but we're biased to puts because price action is below the 200 EMA. Now, RSI is bullish. We will wait for that indication to indicate overcooked, right? But as you can see right now, price action is showing sensitivity to this level. And I'm doing this in real time, guys, because, you know, a lot of guys like to showcase their alerts and their systems, but the market's already closed. Now, what we see here, ADX momentum currently bullish and reversal status clear, meaning that back here, that traffic light, long gone, right? And this is on the 5 minute. But as you can see, even though the 5 minute is very, very calm for those who like to scalp and make as much money as possible and then end their day by 11 a.m. They like to play the 1 minute. And let's showcase the power of the 1 minute. Now, there's rules to this, okay? And our rules are very, very simple. If price action, as you could see on this candle here, is too far away from the traffic light, this yellow light, you do not take the trade. You essentially wait for a retracement back to the 13. The green line here is the 13. Now, what I want you guys to do is check out the link down in the description and download this chart and play with it over the weekend. You will be able to draw your inferences as to price action relative to indicators such as RSI, MACD, and ADX. Okay, we do have a custom setting for the MACD. A lot of you are used to the shorter moving averages. With the MACD, we actually have longer moving averages with the MACD. Okay, so moving along, we go back to the chart. Let me just highlight this really quick. We have the 24, 52, and 18 period EMAs, right? The standard MACD has values half of this, so that will be 12, 26, and 9. Going back to price action, too far away, you wait for the retracement to the 13. Now, what this does is it actually invalidates this traffic light. Our traffic lights on our chart are self-correcting. Now, you had to expect a rejection or a bounce from the 200 EMA on the 1 minute chart. So again, you know that there was not much opportunity here with this traffic light signal. However, you get the bounce and then you get another traffic light, by which you could see that the wick and the candle close is still relatively close to the traffic light. So essentially what we do is we wait for a retracement, as you see here on this candle, wait for the candle close, and then enter our trade, which then puts us in a profitable trade. Now we can go ahead and measure this out. We'll go ahead and measure from the 13 EMA to the level of resistance, and that is an 88-cent move. Now, moving along, our next traffic light. As you can see here, the candle closed right on the traffic light. Ideally, again, we want to see some form of retracement. In this retracement, we see the candle come to the 48 here, which is this yellow line. We enter on this trade here. Now, let's go ahead and measure the fun here. This here is another 88-cent move. Now, we're not just basing our trades on traffic lights, but as you can see, they are very, very, very good indicators as to change in momentum. And what you're seeing in real time, this traffic light here, this last one that we see here on the minute, this would not be a valid traffic light simply because the candle close was way too far away from the 13 EMA here in green. Now, the green dots are telling you that this is bullish. As you can see, the red dots tell you bearish, but you get price action coming right back to the 13. You also have a level that it seems to be ultra sensitive to and absolutely responding to. Okay, so what we're essentially doing is now we are driving by RSI and MACD. So ADX is going to give us the strength of the trend, right? And you'll see that a deeper green shows a strong bullish trend. And as you could also see, we have some consolidation on the 1 minute here above this level. So you're going to lose a little bit of that momentum. However, you also have the MACD crossing above its moving average, and you are printing green on a histogram with the RSI moving average going up. And of course, RSI here is reaching overbought territory. Now, why am I explaining these out? Well, we have a couple of rules here in this system where RSI, if it breaks above its moving average and the value of the RSI is above 50, you are in fact bullish. When it breaks below, as you can see in this example, you had a break below here, break below its moving average, which is this yellow line here, right? And then a break below 50, you are in fact bearish. Now, why am I sharing this with you? It seems to coincide with what the MACD is doing, right? Well, the thing is what we attempt to do is not put all our eggs in one basket based on one indicator. We like to have multiple indicators agree with what uh, we're seeing, right? We try not to form a bias in the trade. We try to trade exactly what the chart is telling us. Okay. So in this example, we go back to this example here. And again, I would not have taken this trade here because it is in fact the chase. However, I may have taken the trade here on the entry because you get the candle body and the wick flirting with the traffic light, green traffic light here, and or the 13 EMA. This would be my entry. Then we get an anomaly candle here, and that would have been a profitable trade. Let's go ahead and take this candle and bring it on up, and we will see that that was also an 89-cent move, 88, 89-cent move. As it stands right now, if you were in this trade, even if you entered somewhere in the middle of this candle, you are currently profitable. Okay. And this is the beauty of traffic lights on the 1 minute. I could go ahead and give you several examples. In fact, let's go on over to our platform and let's look at a 3-minute alert. We do have GME. Let's type in GME here. Now, GME alerts on the 3 minutes so that we can play on the 5. So let's go ahead and look at the 3-minute alert. And the 3-minute alert prepares you for the move. So you get a call here, but you also get rejection here at the 200 EMA. Guys, you're seeing this in real time. The 200 EMA, a lot of people just simply overlook it, but it is the most powerful EMA there. So we go to the 5-minute and we could see something else happen here. We get a traffic light, and we talk about traffic lights being self-correcting. But also what you're seeing here on the 5-minute is that sideways action. Again, not a lot of opportunity to take a trade. It is more of a macro perspective compared to the micro perspective that we would find on the 1 minute. So in a situation like this, where we have what's called affectionately in our community, the EMA sandwich, we then go to the 1 minute to look for opportunity. And as you can see here, opportunity on the 1 minute. Staying true to the rules, you have a traffic light here. It's fairly close to the 13, of which you could take this and you would be profitable here as it hits a level. Now, these levels are automatic. You don't have to take your time and draw out all these levels. Next up, we have another traffic light. Now, price action, again, way too far from the 13 with an expectation that it would get smacked down by the 200 EMA. So we find entry on this candle, knowing that we have, you see the bottom wick here, right? We know that the candle came all the way down. This is as close as we're going to get. We enter on this candle and then assume profit up to the 200 EMA. Now, guys, this is really, really simple stuff here, right? Because you're like, well, wait, how would I know it's going to break the 200 EMA? Well, that's when we go ahead and we look at the MACD, and we could see MACD is bullish. We have a MACD cross up. We are printing green on the histogram. You have the ADX showing bullish momentum. But more importantly, you have RSI break above its moving average here. Excuse me. With the RSI values, again, above 50, this gives me confidence in my entry and in the trend moving through the 200 EMA. Of course, we do have a level here of which she rejects from. So you would respect this level and or protect your profit at this level here on the 200 EMA. I hope this makes sense, okay? We see another example here, another traffic light, fairly close. Maybe not take that trade. It just really depends on how much risk you're willing to assume. And in this trade, although it's far away from the 13, you could simply use the 48 EMA here as your risk. You take this trade, you take it down to a level that was already printed for you. Also, we see here again, we have another candle, very, very similar to what we saw on the SPY. Would I have chased this? Probably not. As you can see, we got massive consolidation here. Now, what are we expecting? We are expecting a possible reversal if RSI breaks below its moving average. Now, we are already seeing a loss in momentum here. And this loss You can see it's highlighted by light green on the histogram. You see, although ADX is still showing strength in the trend, this is showing that there's strength in the current zone of price action of which it's consolidating, right? So this is all a matter of watching, again, RSI. Now, RSI has in fact broken through its moving average, and let's see what happens to this candle. So let's go ahead and pull up another ticker here, guys, right? And I really hope, well, see, I got confused on the cameras here, right? Let me get you to the right camera. I really hope you're able to understand what's happening here. Reading the charts is not very complex. You simply get out of your own way and interpret the charts in exactly the way it's telling you, okay? This is really, really important, especially if you want to succeed in this market. You have to remove speculation and you have to remove bias, all right? Going back to the chart, as you can see, we have GME printing a red candle, currently being supported by the 13, but we expected a red candle by virtue of RSI breaking below its moving average. Let's go ahead and look at some of our community favorites, such as NVIDIA. NVIDIA here, as you can see, traffic light opportunity, probably not going to take it too far away. You get some consolidation, but then the EMAs sort of kind of like just intertwine in what we call an EMA braid. However, you do have an opportunity here with this candle, and you come down to a level. You could also do what we call a rim job, as of which you secure profit at this level, wait for a retracement and a rejection from a level of support or resistance rather, shown here with this green line, and you take that rejection on down. Now, what confirms this rejection and the continuation of the trend? Well, we can see a couple of things here. MACD is bearish. It is below the neutral line here, and we're getting bearish sentiment or momentum by virtue of the ADX. So essentially what we are going to do is sort of kind of wait out this consolidation and wait for an RSI break below its moving average, which you find here. And now you're down to a level, okay? Now, again, this requires repetition, but what I'm attempting to do is attempting to show you how you can actually visualize price action. And as long as you interpret it based on the rules that we have in our community, you can be absolutely profitable. And again, we've done this real time. I want to highlight something to you before I go. And here we have the chart up. You see what happens here with RSI breaking below its moving average. And now we have price action breaking below the 48 and the 38. Excuse me, the 48 and the 13 with a traffic light here. Again, a little too far. However, if you understood that the shift was in fact happening, you were able to front run. Now, front running requires a little more experience. It requires a little more comfort in the time frame. But again, the chart is drawing everything out for you, okay? No need to be biased, no need to have fanciful TA. I mean, that is probably the most annoying thing for me when I see other chart analysts just printing out so much TA that it really doesn't make sense and it's not actionable to me in that moment in time. The 1 minute, actionable, 5 minute, actionable, 4 hour, daily, actionable. Again, we go ahead and we assist you by virtue of the broken light indicator, which is going to give you the traffic light crosses at the end of the day, the red light runners, which alert you every 4 hours for the 4 hour time frame. We are also working on a 1348 exclusive where we are streaming live data to alert you on the 1 minute. Guys, if you want this chart, check out the link down below. Get yourself 14 days free. Cancel anytime. Keep the chart. This is Gabe. I'm signing out. Peace.